Something evil cometh.
As I sit here and take in all of the news from every direction, all I see is deceivers, liars, corporate media, cover-ups, agenda, all pushing the same propaganda. It's time for a game changer, a visionary, an innovative person who changes the way that people think of the situations. It's time for Game Changer TV, telling it like it is. Get in the game.
Thank you for tuning in to Game Changer TV. I'm your host, Terri Lynn, and this is the channel where every day we're telling it like it is. Today is August 15th, 2026, and I'm about 55 videos behind now, but I had to get this one out because I saw a headline. Something evil cometh. Every day, we are bombarded with headlines of new terms, new technology, new financial terms, new regulatory terms, new executive orders, etc. It just keeps our head spinning with how fast everything is coming at us, and most people just stop paying attention. It's like embroidery. All we see is a big mess, and only the person weaving knows what's on the other side. With all these motions being made, I used to could embroidery, but now my hands hurt. I can't do it. But my backside on my embroidery item was a mess. Okay. So when you look at digital ID, Trump coins, decentralization, Trump's face on money, tokenization, the big beautiful bill, real world assets, unregulated AI, digital wallets, fractionalized ownership, the Genius Act, the Board of Peace, crypto, it just looks like a big mess. And that's all they're showing us right now. We're not seeing the big picture. But this is what they are looking at on the other side. This is what they are building, their perceived utopia, the new world order, and their plans are coming together. And Christians know that this is the beast system being constructed. Wait till we get into this. We are progressing rapidly towards it. Define political progression towards a goal. Political progression towards a goal is a step-by-step advancement of policy, power, or reform aimed at achieving a specific societal, economic, or governmental objective. It measures how laws, institutions, and public attitudes move closer to an intended ideal. We are in that progression right now. Yes or no? Is a digital ID a global goal? Yes, digital ID is a major goal for many international organizations, major economies, and development groups, though it is pursued through independent national rollouts rather than a single world government mandate. Global development. The United Nations Development Program links legal identity frameworks with broader sustainable development targets to help include unrecorded populations. Yes or no? Is a digital ID the foundation to a digital economy? Yes, a digital ID is widely considered the foundation of a digital economy. We're going there, y'all. We're going there. Wait till y'all see how close we are. It verifies identity securely online. It connects citizens to corporate and government services. It reduces paperwork and manual processing costs. Yes or no? Could the financial progression towards the Antichrist be implemented by a digital ID? Yes, many religious and prophetic interpretations view a digital ID system as a possible technical tool to support the financial control associated with the Antichrist as described in biblical prophecy. Y'all, get your notebook out because I'm going to ask some questions that's going to show us that something evil is coming. Now, this seems unconnected, but it's going to come back around and connect to it. Yes or no? Do Trump supporters support deporting illegal and undocumented people? Yes, over 90% of registered Republicans and strong Trump supporters back the deportation of immigrants living in the U.S. illegally, aligning closely with Donald Trump's mass deportation platform. Vast majorities of Trump's base favor removing individuals who entered or remain in the country without legal status. Now, y'all write that down. Illegals without legal status. Write it down. Yes or no? Is Trump determined to that's supposed to be rid the country of undocumented individuals? Yes, President Donald Trump repeatedly stated and demonstrated that he is determined to remove who? Undocumented individuals from the United States pursuing a large scale mass deportation agenda utilizing federal agencies, ICE that now has the shot gloves, expanded removal policies, and increased funding for immigration enforcement. Pledged and initiated large scale deportation operations through ICE. Answer honestly, yes or no. Could an implanted digital ID in people be used at the borders? Remember, we're progressing towards a new world order. Yes, implanted digital IDs such as an RFID or NFC microchips technically could be used at the international borders to store and transmit identity data. Microchip implants, big brother in a chip coming our way. As more organizations begin wading into uncharted territory, society will be forced to examine a host of new privacy and security questions without easy answers. The current uses only hint at the extraordinary potential for microchip implants in the United States and around the globe. From babies to old people could have a microchip. In rural areas where no physicians practice, microchip implants could remotely transmit an individual's health data to a nurse or a doctor. Yes or no? Could an implanted digital ID be the technology of the future? Yes, an implanted digital ID could be the technology of the future because microchips and biometric implants are already being tested and used for secure access, payments, and personal data storage. Now, look at this from 3 days ago from Mobile ID World. Y'all need to go check this out on a regular basis. OpenID opens wallet and credential test for self certification. The OpenID Foundation has completed conformance tests for two protocols used to issue digital credentials to mobile wallets and present those credentials to service providers. Okay, self certification. So write that down. Self certification. Yes or no? Could RFID chip implants be used for self certification? Yes, RFID chip implants can technically be used for self certification or identity verification by storing secure tokens, digital credentials, or unique identification numbers that interact with verified scanning systems. More mobile app from 2 weeks ago, Mobile ID World. New Zealand opens New Zealand wallet ahead of first digital credentials. New Zealanders can now set up digital wallet inside the gov.nz app with the first accredited digital credentials expected to become available from late August. The wallet arrives in the second release of the government's all-in-one mobile app, the government's all-in-one app, and is available through Apple App Store and Google Play. The wallet is initially empty. As government, commercial, and non government issuers make approved credentials available, users will be able to store items such as licenses, identity details, qualifications, and proofs connected to an organization. We are in the progression stage of something evil coming. August 11th, 4 days ago. This is another website y'all need to visit on the regular, biometricupdate.com. Mexico's new banking rules signal a new era for biometric identity verification. Opening a bank account today looks a lot different than it did a decade ago. Behind each transaction is a growing reliance on advanced identity verification technologies that help protect both consumers and banks. In Mexico, that effort has taken on the form of new requirements issued by the National Banking and Securities Commission. On July 1st, 2026, the agency published amendments to the general provision applicable to credit institutions, explaining existing identity verification requirements to include facial biometrics alongside fingerprint verification for in-person banking transactions. The update reflects a trend across Latin America. Governments are placing greater emphasis on the use of biometrics. Financial services are becoming more digital, and fraud is growing more sophisticated. For banks, complying with new requirements means implementing authentication systems that can verify the biometric sample is being presented by a real person. Does Mexico banking now require digital ID? Yes, Mexico's banking sector is transitioning to require advanced digital biometric verification. The National Banking and Security Commission and regulatory updates mandate that banks incorporate facial biometrics, liveness detection, and integration with state backed identity frameworks like the biometric curb. The government's rollout of the Biometric Unique Population Registry Code serves as a core digital infrastructure for accessing financial services. Don't have it? You won't get. 2 days ago, biometric update. Birth registration emerges as foundation for digital public infrastructure. Linking a civil registration with the national ID system is reshaping digital public infrastructure. Governments and development partners are increasingly pushing to make birth registration and vital statistics a foundational layer of digital public infrastructure, arguing that establishing legal identity from birth, y'all listen to this, establishing legal identity, write that down. That's another word y'all need to know. Establishing legal identity. They're calling digital ID is going to be the only legal identity, arguing that establishing legal identity from birth can streamline access to services and help create more connected public systems. 2 weeks ago, Pakistan fast tracks digital identity as Digital Nation Act takes effect. Government pushes unified digital ID, sovereign infrastructure, and digital governance. UNICEF, this was yesterday from Biometric Update. UNICEF UNICEF urges governments to use schools to close global birth registration gaps. Is coming down to the schools. UNICEF has a new operational guidance that calls on governments to leverage schools as a way to register millions of older children who still lack what? Legal identity. The UN wants governments to put legal identity, utilize schools to implement it. Yes or no, is it plausible in the future that school health clinics could issue implantable digital IDs? Yes. While currently uncommon and highly controversial, it is technically and organizationally plausible that school health clinics could issue implantable digital IDs in the future. And the UN is calling on governments to start registering for legal ID in the schools. Is this what school security is going to be? If they start microchipping kids in the schools and it's high security like a prison and parents can't even get in to get their kids to say, no, you're not microchipping my kid. No, you're not going to do it. You won't even be able to access your kid because they're in lockdown. As crazy as that sounds, parents are losing rights over their kids. Did y'all hear in California, 12-year-old kids, parents don't need to know what their medical doctors are doing for them? Look at this. We're just talking about what could happen in the schools. Could the UN wants legal ID established at the school level? Okay. West Virginia schools reject religious vaccine exemptions 11 days ago. So they're going to reject religious exemptions. Oh, I can't get the mark of the beast. That's against my religious beliefs. Schools are rejecting religious exemptions.
Okay, I'm actually in shock because this is criminal. To hide something from a parent regarding their child is despicable.
Section 6 and 7 of the Act change existing law in order to permit a provider to administer preventative care, including vaccinations, to a minor child without the knowledge or consent of the parents, and even if the child is incapable of providing informed consent. And the Act keeps the records of that preventative care permanently hidden from the parents.
Okay, I'm actually...
Keeps it permanently hidden from the parents. Yes or no, is it plausible that school children could be given legal ID that would be a digital ID? Yes, it is entirely possible, and it is already happening or being actively planned in several parts of the world. Governments and international bodies are leveraging digital infrastructures to issue legal identities directly to minors, often driven by the push for online child safety and streamlined public services. Yes or no, is it possible that in the future that a global digital ID for all citizens on earth would need a digital ID as the legal ID? Yes. Why is it possible? Many nations already use national digital IDs. Organizations like the UN and the World Bank promote legal digital identity infrastructure. Paper documents are increasingly replaced by smartphones and biometrics. And y'all remember this article? The UN, Bill Gates, and the Rockefeller Foundation launched the 50 and 5 agenda to make digital IDs, vaccine passports, and CBDCs, digital currencies, mandatory to participate in society by 2030. Something evil cometh. We're about 3.5 years away from 2030. And the people that brought us the virus, the scandemic, they're telling us that you're going to need a digital ID to be able to participate in society within 3.5 years. Yes or no, is it theoretically possible that in the future, if the whole world moves towards the digital ID, that those who refuse to get a digital ID will lose legal status? Yes. Why is theoretically possible? Precedent exists. Many countries already require physical government IDs for legal status, employment, and banking. If foundational legal systems, courts, tax authorities, registrations, magistrate migrate exclusively to digital frameworks, lacking a compatible digital ID would prevent official recognition. Without a digital ID, an individual could be locked out of essential civic systems, effectively resulting in a loss of active legal standing. Yes or no? Do Trump supporters support deporting illegal and undocumented? What does it say? Vast majorities of Trump's base favor removing individuals who entered or remain in the country without legal status. And something evil is coming in the very near future. If you don't have a digital ID, you will lose your legal status in society. Then they will have justifiable legal reasons and precedent to deport or detain people without digital ID, without a legal status. Because what did Trump say? Did Trump say he doesn't know if he has to uphold due process for undocumented individuals being deported? Due process under the Constitution guarantees every single person living in the United States, whether legal or illegal, the right to due process, the right to go to court, the right to have a hearing, the right to a fair process in the courts. But Trump says he doesn't know if he has to give individuals who are illegals due process. So that means if people don't get a digital ID, he's saying, I don't know if I need to give y'all due process. Yes, in May 2025 interview on NBC News, Donald Trump stated, I don't know, when asked if non-citizens and citizens alike were entitled to due process, and remarked that he did not know if he had to uphold the Constitution regarding the issue. He added that giving full trials to millions of deportees stall his administration's mass deportation goals. Progression for the New World Order goals? Yes or no? Is it theoretically possible that if the entire world moved towards an implanted digital ID, that world government would come together and criminalize those of the world who refuse to get an implanted digital ID? Yes, theoretically it's possible. If a unified world government or a highly coordinated coalition of global nations existed, they would possess the legal and administrative authority to pass global mandates. Historically and theoretically, governments can enforce compliance by criminalizing the refusal of mandated official identification or civil technologies. Yes or no? From a biblical worldview, could an implanted digital ID in an implantable wallet be what the mark of the beast is or was? Yes, from a biblical worldview. Many Christians believe that an implanted digital ID or wallet could be a technology or method used to enforce the mark of the beast. However, the Bible teaches that the mark is more than just a piece of technology, it is a spiritual test of loyalty. Revelation 13 says no one can buy or sell without the mark. Digital IDs and wallets link money and identity. They make a cashless system possible. The Bible says the mark goes on the right hand or in the forehead. Implants fit this physical location. A single system matches prophecies about a future global economy. Something evil cometh. Many people believe that we're at the end of days. And this is part of the end of days, a cashless society that will exclude people. We are in the progression towards it. Yes or no? Is it plausible that in the future, I lost my tab, I don't know where it went, but this is in the future, is it feasible or plausible, yes or no, that since the implanted RFID chip has been approved by the FDA in 2004 for medical, that CVS or similar walk-in clinics could administer an implanted RFID chip? Yes, it is plausible and feasible. Progressive financial progression towards the Antichrist. The progressive evolution of global finance is viewed by some eschatological interpretations and modern thinkers as moving towards a centralized, digitized economic system that could enable a prophetic mark of the beast or totalitarian control. This perspective focuses on the shift away from decentralized physical currency towards systems that can monitor or restrict transactions. We are in the progression.
Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that. Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology. Who would have thought we would have been saying that 2 years after?
Look at this from the Wall Street Journal yesterday. Trump's family's World Liberty Financial gets preliminary approval to launch a bank. Trump's World Liberty and his sons, and Trump who's involved, their World Liberty coin and digital system has been given preliminary approval to establish themselves as a trust bank. Trump appointed regulator OK's banking license for Trump-linked crypto firm. The decision would give new powers and federal credibility to a venture in which the president and his family retain a substantial financial interest. The Trump administration has given approval for his own company to be established as a bank, to operate a federally chartered trust bank over the protest of Democrats who decried the decision as riddled with conflicts of interest. So Trump gives approval, and his administration is who oversees crypto and banks. New details of Trump family crypto project released, including who can buy in. Now, look at this. This is what Trump said. Crypto is one of those things we have to do, Trump said at the end of his remarks. Whether we like it or not, we have to do it. For over a month, the former president and his family have been pumping the endeavor with vague descriptions, promising that it will do many things at once. I don't know why this is calling it former, because this article is from June 9th, 2026. Monday night, SpaceX suggests that World Liberty Financial will be sort of a crypto banking platform where the general public will be encouraged to borrow, lend, and invest in crypto. And Trump says crypto is one of those things we have to do. Whether we like it or not, we have to do it. The progression to the New World Order. Something evil is coming. The digital ID, which is the launching pad for the digital currency that can evolve into an implantable digital ID, that the UN is saying children need to get a legal digital ID even behind their parents' backs, that illegals and people not of legal status the governments will have the legal authority to deport or detain the people that do not want to establish this new legal status. And Trump says we have to do it whether we like it or not. Something evil cometh. Is it plausible that if a president built a separate financial system that it would be sabotaging the Federal Reserve? Yes, if a president built and used a separate money system, it could weaken the Federal Reserve. It would pull power away from the central bank. People would use this new system instead of standard dollars. Two money systems would fight for control of the nation's trade. The central bank could no longer set interest rates for all money. If a president established a separate financial system from the Federal Reserve, that would be a form of sabotaging the nation's economy. Do y'all see where we're going? Yes or no? Would it be considered a form of usurping for a president to have their own financial system that would compete against the Federal Reserve? Yes, a president establishing a competing federal financial system would be viewed as an unconstitutional usurpation of power because the U.S. Constitution grants the power to coin money and regulate its value exclusively to Congress, not the executive branch. Meaning the executive branch cannot unilaterally create currency or alternative financial systems. Yes or no? Could it be considered a conflict of interest if the president is over the Federal Reserve of an appointment of the overseer of the Federal Reserve, yet establishes his own bank? Yes, it could be seen as a conflict of interest. The president appoints the Federal Reserve leaders who set monetary policy and regulate banks. If the president owned a private bank, those regulators would oversee the president's own financial business. Unfair rules. The bank could get special favors or secret help. The president might change rules to help their own bank grow. People might lose faith in the fairness of the money system. Federal laws tries to stop leaders from mixing public power. Critics and lawmakers, including Senator Elizabeth Warren, have argued that a federal banking charter granted to a venture tied to the family of a sitting president represents an unprecedented ethical conflict and potential for self-dealing. Skeptics worry that expanding political figures into financial and digital currency infrastructure could create avenues for partisan bias or retaliatory exclusion. Yes or no? Theoretically, if Trump and his sons established a bank for World Liberty Coin, could they issue digital currency through that bank? Yes, theoretically and practically, a crypto venture tied to Donald Trump and his family can establish a trust bank entity to directly issue, redeem, and manage digital currency such as a dollar-pegged stablecoin. And it is seen as an unconstitutional usurpation of power, undermining our laws. Yes or no? According to the Bible, does the Antichrist usurp the world financial system? Yes, according to the book of Revelation in the Bible, the figure known as the beast or the Antichrist establishes a system where no one can buy or sell without a specific mark, effectively controlling commerce and financial participation. Answer honestly, yes or no. Will the Antichrist be a man of lawlessness and a usurper? In Christian eschatology, many biblical scholars and traditions identify the Antichrist with the man of lawlessness described in 2 Thessalonians and view him as a usurper who opposes God and exalts himself. Just go type in world liberty. All kind of headlines. World liberty. World liberty. And it sounds like we're going into bondage. So I put, under 1984 doublespeak rules, would liberty mean bondage? Yes, under George Orwell's 1984, the party's official slogan states freedom is slavery, which directly equates liberty with bondage or slavery. So under 1984 doublespeak, that would be world bondage. Yes or no, could digital money be programmed to force you to worship a leader or not get your digital payments? Yes, digital money, especially a CBDC, can be technically coded with rules that limit how and where funds are spent based on specific behaviors or mandates. Programmable constraints. Systems can restrict purchases based on user actions or compliance. Centralized digital ledgers also allow instant blocking of individual wallets. Yes or no, is it feasible that Trump's bank, World Liberty Coin Bank, could issue a digital currency with Trump's name or image on it? Yes, it is entirely feasible for the Trump family-linked crypto venture to issue digital currency featuring Donald Trump's name or image. Are y'all ready? And remember, Marjorie Taylor Greene says she sees him passing Mark of the Beast technology.
Bank account where all your money is and turn it off. And this is why I'm so upset and it's not being talked about. Steve, I was the only no vote on the rule last night. And Congress set a record last night, and no one's talking about that either. This was the longest vote held open for a rule in history. And it finally shut down sometime around midnight because there was a deal made, and the deal will not be honored. It was a deal that Speaker Johnson made, and he said that he would put a ban on central bank digital currency in the NDAA. But let me tell you something, that's going to get stripped out in the Senate because what they told us all week long is the Senate does not have the votes. There will be no way to protect your ability to fully control your digital currency in the future. And I'm voting no to this today. I don't know if there'll be any other no votes on the Republican side, but I'm voting no to this because I'm a Christian and I've read the Bible and I believe what Revelations 13, 16 through 17 says. And I just cannot vote for a future system that will do that.
And she's quoting the implantable mark of the beast. And she's saying she sees it in this legislation. Progressive financial progression towards the Antichrist. The progressive evolution of global finance is viewed by some eschatological interpretations and modern thinkers as moving towards a centralized, digitized economic system that could enable a prophetic mark of the beast or totalitarian control. This perspective focuses on the shift away from decentralized physical currency towards systems that can monitor or restrict transactions. Something evil is coming. And Bill Gates and the Rockefellers said you're going to need this digital ID to participate with your legal ID by 2030. Could World Liberty partner with XRP? Yes, World Liberty Financial could potentially partner with XRP or Ripple Labs as both operate within the broader ecosystem of bridging traditional finance and crypto-based settlements. Could Trump partner with the CEO of XRP, Brad Garlinghouse? Donald Trump and Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse have already established a close working relationship and strategic alignment on cryptocurrency policy. While not a formal political or business partnership, Garlinghouse has actively advised the Trump administration, coordinated on crypto policy, and aligned with Trump's legislative goals. And what is Ripple XRP got? And he's working with Trump on crypto legislation and advising Trump. What does Ripple XRP have?
Hello and welcome to our Hackathon project video, where we showcase our innovative solution for the future of digital payments. Our project is called How Ripple CBDC Chip Implants Can Transform Your Life. Ripple is a company that provides solutions for central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, and stablecoins, which are digital versions of fiat currencies that are backed by reserves or assets. Ripple's CBDC platform offers a comprehensive platform for minting, managing, transacting, and each solution is built on a private ledger that is based on XRP ledger technology, a proven blockchain that has transacted over 70 million times over the course of 10 years and is trusted by financial institutions around the world. Ripple is currently working with more than 20 countries on CBDC plans, including Palau and Montenegro, who have chosen to partner with Ripple to create their national digital currencies. One of the key benefits of CBDCs and stablecoins is that they can enable faster, cheaper, and more inclusive payments for millions of people who are unbanked or underbanked. According to the International Monetary Fund, IMF, CBDCs in developing countries have the potential to bank large unbanked populations and boost financial inclusion. But how can you access these digital currencies in a convenient and secure way? That's where Ripple's CBDC chip implants come in. A chip implant is a small device that is inserted under your skin and contains a unique identifier and a secure cryptographic key. With a chip implant, you can store, send, and receive CBDCs and stablecoins using your own body as a wallet. You can also use your chip implant to authenticate yourself, access services, and make transactions without the need for passwords, cards, or cash.
While everybody's being bombarded with these headlines that seem unrelated, that looks like a convoluted mess, they are seeing their plan coming together. And soon we're going to see it. The President of the United States, who it is seen as usurping, is creating his own financial system. And we know Revelation says, and he calls us all to receive, both free and bond, rich and poor, small and great, to receive a mark in their right hand or forehead, that no man might buy or sell save he who had the mark. And we've got a president giving himself and his sons the preliminary approval to become a bank. And he's working with XRP, that is an advisor with him, that already has the technology to do implantable chips for financial transactions. And people saying, oh, RFID chips are old technology. Well, cryptocurrency is new. And there's Brad Gorlinghouse with Ripple XRP, and they're showcasing an implantable RFID chip for the future of banking. Yes or no? Could a tyrannical world leader, I don't know what, apparently voice to text didn't understand my word, could a tyrannical world leader deny digital money access to worship him? A tyrannical leader could technically program a central bank digital currency or a state-controlled e-wallet to restrict transactions, mandate specific spending categories, or tie financial access to behavioral compliance, including forced displays of loyalty or worship. Oh, I see. Yes or no, could a tyrannical world leader tie, T-I-E, tie digital money access to the worship of him? Yes, a tyrannical leader could technically program a CBDC or state-controlled e-wallet to restrict transactions, mandate specific spending categories, or tie financial access to behavioral compliance, including forced displays of loyalty or worship. A tyrannical leader could tie your money to forced worship. Something evil cometh. Same thing. Yes or no? Could digital money be programmed to force you to worship a leader or not get digital payment? Yes, digital money, especially a CBDC, can be technically coded with rules that limit how and where funds are spent based on specific behaviors or mandates. Systems can restrict purchases based on user actions or compliance. Authorities could tie transaction approvals to external requirements or registries. Centralized digital ledgers allow instant blocking of individual wallets. Yes or no? By slowly putting a leader's face on money, is that conditioning the populace? Yes. Putting a leader's face on currency gradually normalizes their authority, associates their image with national value and stability, and serves as a subtle, long-term form of psychological conditioning and political socialization for the populace. The Treasury Department announced in March that Trump's signature would appear on all paper currency, a departure from traditional. Trump officials preparing for $250 note featuring Trump's face. U.S. Mint produces a dollar coin bearing Trump's face. By putting a leader's face on currency, gradually normalizes that dictator's authority, associates their image with your money, national value, and serves as a stable long-term form of psychological conditioning. Do y'all see the plan coming together? There should be no more confusion. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for as the number of a man, and his number is 666. And we've got a president that's going to have his own bank. Yes or no? Could the financial progression towards the Antichrist be implemented by a digital ID? Yes, many religious and prophetic interpretations view a digital ID system as a possible technical tool to support the financial control associated with the Antichrist as described in biblical prophecy. Yes or no, under the guise of global peace, could digital ID become mandated? Yes, under the guise of global peace and security. When they say peace and security, suddenly destruction is going to be upon them. A digital ID could become mandated by governments or international bodies. Is the Board of Peace an international body? International bodies could implement a digital ID. Trump is now the head of the Board of Peace, and no man can take him out. No man can take Trump down from the Board of Peace. Yes or no? Is the Board of Peace an international body? Yes, the Board of Peace is an international body. And y'all, where was it established? At the World Economic Forum. While Trump is saying America first, he is establishing an international body, declaring himself the head of it, that can never be taken down, at the World Economic Forum. The body is led and chaired by U.S. President Donald Trump. And an international body could mandate digital IDs. I pray that you can see clearly what is happening right now. Could Trump's new Board of Peace sideline the struggling UN? Is that something? So he could become a powerful world leader, that international bodies could mandate a digital ID. And now he's given himself his own bank. And we know he's for deporting people without their legal documents. In the future, if a legal digital ID becomes the only legal identity, could those without a digital ID be deported? If a digital ID becomes the sole legal identity, people without one could face severe legal risk, including deportation or forced removal. And now Trump has ICE forcefully removing people, and now he's equipped them with shot gloves, including deportation or forced removal. Lack of legal proof of identity. You don't want to get your digital ID implant? Governments are going to have the authority to forcefully remove you and do whatever they're doing to illegals right now, because the people that don't have the digital ID will be the new illegals. Lack of legal proof of identity strips away rights, citizenship status verification, and protections. Trump says, I don't know if I got to uphold the Constitution and give you due process. You an illegal citizen. Bye-bye. Governments might treat undocumented individuals or those who reject the system as unlawful residents. Those refuse to worship the beast or take his mark, or those that reject the system and will be seen as unlawful residents, can be forcefully removed. That's sounding like Matthew 24. We talk about the wars, rumors of wars, famines, earthquakes. But the end is not yet. Nation will rise against nation. That's nationalities against nationalities, and kingdoms against kingdoms. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. All these are just the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Forcefully removed. Those who reject the new system that's coming will be seen as unlawful residents, illegals. And remember, he said with a straight face, homegrowns are next. Yes or no, according to the Bible, will those who refuse the mark of the beast to buy or sell be killed? Yes, according to the book of Revelation in the Bible, those who refuse to worship the image of the beast are sentenced to death, and no one can buy or sell without his mark. Something more evil than the scandemic is coming. Something more diabolical is coming. It will cost you your soul. And God's word says, don't you take it. It'll be a time of faith. And all the stories in the Bible of God feeding his people manna from heaven, or a raven feeding a prophet, or God expanding the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, the supernatural provision, those are not just cute little Sunday school stories. Those are stories to encourage yourself in the Lord, to know that he is our provision, and we do not have to be part of this world system. Okay? And if we die in the system, we die in the system, but we stay loyal to Jesus. Now, listen to the inventor of the RFID chip warning, you better not take this or you will damn your soul.
Last night, I talked about my involvement in the development of a little microchip implant. And many people have already taken that microchip implant. The news media has talked about it being a good thing. And they will tell you that it's a good thing to have this. Your children won't ever get lost again. They won't be able to give you the wrong medication. You won't be able to lose this thing. And so the plan is underway that you will receive it. I would be remiss if I came to you and didn't tell you that God's word says, don't you take it. No matter how nice they make it sound. Tonight in the Science of Technology, I'm going to be showing you some things. I want you to understand that there is a conditioning that is done in people. I would be remiss if I came to you and didn't tell you that God's word says, don't you take it.
Y'all remember Trump appointed Dr. Oz over Medicare and Medicaid? And he works with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And Robert F. Kennedy Jr. wants all Americans to have wearables on them within the next 4 years. Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s vision, wearables for all Americans by 2029. They are all pro-wearable and all pro-implantable. We saw Trump and Brad Garlinghouse working on CBDCs, digital currencies together, advising him. And Brad Garlinghouse is promoting implantable devices for payments. Trump appointed Dr. Oz, and Dr. Oz is pro RFID chip. And Robert F. Kennedy Jr. wants everybody to have a trackable wearable on them within 4 years. That was 6 months ago or so. Around the same time of the 2030 deadline that Bill Gates and them are pushing, that you will have a digital ID or not be able to participate in society. Trump is surrounded by people who are pro-implantables.
Turns out one of the biggest discoveries is actually this tiny. See how small that is? This little chip may be the next big thing, and it sounds like it's right from a sci-fi movie, but people all over the world are implanting these into their wrists. So I asked my producer, Dean, to find out more about this cutting-edge technology and what it could mean for your health.
Y'all understand what is happening. This is the side they're showing us. And people are seeing this side and still saying Trump is working for us. Trump is for the people, because they have not flipped it over to see what they are really doing and the system that's being built around us. Our only hope is in God and remaining faithful to Jesus, unwavering, and having a backbone rod of steel for your spine. Y'all keep standing up for Jesus. Do not compromise with the devil in Jesus' name. I love y'all. Thank you for watching. If you appreciate the content that you find on this channel, would you prayerfully consider supporting the ministry?